Hey guys, this is Amy from VR Game Truck New England. We are hanging out today at the future home of GameCraft Bar and Arcade in Southington, Connecticut. So we're going to do a little bit of virtual reality gaming, and then they're going to let us take a peek at what's going on inside and see what we have to look forward to when GameCraft opens up. I'm here with Brandon and Brian from GameCraft, a new bar/arcade that's going to be coming to Southington, Connecticut very soon.
Very soon, yeah.
So, why did you guys decide that you wanted to start a bar/arcade? What was the reason behind that?
Yeah. Well, the people making GameCraft, first of all, are it's my family plus some of our family and friends. So we have my three brothers and I doing this, plus our wives and some friends. And so we all kind of grew up the same way, being big nerds. And now that we're older, we really enjoy beer. And so having the opportunity to bring both those things together in our own way, which is I think very unique. It's not like the arcades are not a gimmick for the beer, and the beer isn't a gimmick for the arcades. And I think that's something that's pretty unique and cool to do.
Yeah, and we're all really kind of into the craft beer scene in all of New England, and that's really going to be our focus. So we're going to be kind of exclusive to New England craft beer. So we'll have things from every New England state, from New York State, but exclusively craft beer is what we're kind of working on, focusing on kind of the local businesses around us in Connecticut, the local breweries. We've already been talking to a lot of them as far as being able to carry their stuff and kind of working with them closely. So we're really focusing on working with the local businesses, things that are being made around us in New England, because there's a lot of really great options. So that's really where we want to be able to focus on the local community, small businesses, and kind of working along with them. So a combination of a lot of the arcades that we used to play, along with kind of the newer craft beer scene, really trying to put those two things together that we're all really into, and bringing that to Southington and the area. So we grew up in Connecticut. It felt like the right spot to put this for all of us.
Yeah, especially when we're trying to do something so local. It just felt right to do it somewhere near where we grew up.
Mm-hmm. I think we don't want it to be exclusively like just retro, like some places are, where they're really, kind of focusing on that kind of atmosphere. Certainly there's going to be a lot of older games that people remember from, the 80s and 90s. But we want to kind of it to be updated a little bit more. We're going to have some console systems as well over the bar with kind of, Nintendo Switches, wireless controllers. So it'll be a little bit of a mix. We don't want to just kind of cater to people like us who kind of grew up on this. We're hoping that it's a place where younger people who maybe don't remember these machines can come in and play them and see what it was like, but also kind of just have a mix between the new and the old is really what we're going for.
It's quality over era is what we were saying to ourselves when we were buying.
So we're just really excited to finally see what's in our heads actually out there and have everybody else see it. I think we're going to have a really good mix of, like Brandon said, both the arcade experience, but also a really, really good bar experience. And neither one is kind of the focus. They're both equally as important to us. And having people that are into either really good craft beer or really into games, both. I think there's a lot of overlap in that kind of demographic of people. So just excited to kind of really, finally put all of this down and see what it's going to look like. And yeah.
If you were a beer, what beer would you be and why?
Beer would be and
wow.
Why?
Huh.
Good question.
I don't know. Coffee porter?
Oh, that's a good answer.
Probably coffee porter. I run on caffeine.
Probably something like that, a stout or a porter, probably.
A sour.
Or not a sour, definitely not a sour.
I loved arcades growing up and like beer, so they kind of
It's a great combo.
they kind of go together. But yeah, I've wanted to do it for years and years, but it was just the right time.
Yeah, I mean, he probably mentioned the idea to me initially, probably when I was still in college. He's, you're 5 years older? 4 years older? Whatever. So,
4 or 5.
something like that.
And the first time we ever hung out, we actually were at a brewery, and I just remember sitting there and not knowing anything,
No.
just said, you know, I really want to open an arcade bar one day. And he kind of sat back and said, that's really weird. My brother Chris wants to open an arcade bar. And then fast forward a few years, and here we
Yeah,
are.
that was about 3 years
Yeah.
ago now.
What do you want people to feel when they come in here? What do you want for an atmosphere?
We're trying to set this up so there's always something for you to do, so you're never bored when you come in.
Trying to be very nostalgic. I mean, all of us grew up playing arcade games. There are going to be small details that I think people who love gaming and love games will appreciate. But yeah, I think just a place that you're entertained, you feel
But
welcome.
in terms of the games, I mean, and you can see a lot of it behind me, of course, but a lot we haven't really showed off yet. We actually want to keep these rotating all the time, so hopefully if you come back again, there's something new to do every time you're here.
Yeah, I think there's a bunch from different generations too. So some games from the 70s and 80s. We grew up more on the 90s games, so there'll be a little bit of something from every generation too.
Yeah.
So it's not strictly older games. We'll have some newer stuff too.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and of course, like the pinballs are very new. We have the 3 Stern machines are all from the 2010s. So we have a little bit from, actually I think every year except the normal 2000s pretty much. So yeah, a little bit of as much variety as we can get, so people, hopefully everybody has something that they recognize at the very least. Plus the
Awesome.
consoles, assuming we get them in here if we don't run out of space.
All right, my last question
Sure.
is, if you were a beer, what beer would you be and why?
Alvarium's Cluster
Yeah, I
Nutter.
know what it is.
It's a salted peanut butter cup stout, and I could live on that. It's so good. I'm the clown shoes because you're a clown.
I would say New England IPA because I'm bitter
Because I'm bitter.
and hazy.
Bitter and hazy. Okay.
I like it.
It's gonna look so nice.
Yeah, it's
Been waiting
always
for it for so long.
At least I feel like for myself, and I'm sure Brian and Brandon as well. Every time we walk in here, it's kind of a shock and a surprise of how much has changed, even if not that much time has passed. Chris and Brody are here on a daily basis, so they see
Doesn't
the
feel like
changes,
much, yeah.
right? And every time we step in, it's like a different place. It's very
Yeah,
exciting.
the paint changed a lot, thankfully. Feels a
Yeah,
lot
I was just
better
saying,
now
I
with that.
remember watching seeing one of the Instagram posts from before, and you could see like all of the motivational like terms from the CrossFit.
Motivation.
Yeah, like power, strength.
Yep, yeah, we painted overall.
And I was I'm like, is that for them?
No,
or is
no.
that, because I didn't know it was
Someone-
CrossFit before this, so.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully in a little while, this place will be just about ready to go here. I hope.
All the games are here, all the furniture's here, all the decor's ready to be put up.
Oh.
I just want to take a quick second to thank everyone that contributed to our Kickstarter campaign. I think we're about $200 short with 3 more days to go.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, thanks to everyone for getting us that far and for your continued support. It means the world to us.
Yes, that's going right to us hopefully getting more and more games and better ones for everyone to play. So these cabinets are hard to find sometimes, but that really helps us try to get them for everybody. So thank you.
I mean, at the time of at the time of this recording, which is November 17th, we're 96% through a Kickstarter campaign funded. And so thank you to everyone that has already done that. We hopefully will be at 100 in a couple of days when it's over.
Definitely, sign up. We have our mailing list for people to get updates. As far as when we do have an opening, or even when we do open for the events and things like that we will have, and
our games and our
game listing, the beer listing,
menu.
everything will be there. So you can follow us on
Okay.
on
cool.
Facebook, Instagram, or join the mailing list to get all that
Awesome.
information.
Very cool. Thank you guys. Thanks for taking a couple
thank
minutes
you.
with me. Thanks for letting me into your soon-to-be awesome bar/arcade. I can't wait to come back in when it's done and do some updated videos and play some games and drink some beer.
Can't wait to give you the tour once it's all done.
Awesome. Very
Almost
cool.
there. Almost there.
Thank you guys.
Hey, thank you.
What's your favorite arcade games here right now?
Right now?
Yeah, what do you have here that you're really into?
I'll separate pinball out of this because pinball is my personal favorite. I would say, I've always loved Galaga as my go-to game.
I might go House of the Dead.
As you hear the gunfire.
Just for how bad the acting is.
Oh, it's...
What would you love to have here if you could get your hands on something? Anything special?
Oh, God. The Killer Queen would be up there, actually, yeah. I'm, like, Tapper and Burgertime are two of the top two on my list right now that I'm trying to find. Tron as well. And pinball, I want Medieval Madness and Attack from Mars.
I'd like to take a minute to thank the GameCraft crew for having us down to take a sneak peek at their soon-to-be new home. I am so excited for these guys. They are so passionate and knowledgeable about what they're doing down there. GameCraft is going to be located right near downtown Southington, Connecticut, on the Farmington Canal, so there's bike access too, which is awesome. I will make sure that as soon as they open up, I get back in there to take another video. So if you don't want to miss that one, please make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thank you guys so much for watching.